Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hoodco Roofing, hoodcoroofing.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. All right, LSU got its 12th run rule victory of the season. Tigers go to Hammond. They beat Southeastern 10-0 in 7. Good start for LSU. They put up a 3-spot in the 3rd, 4 more in the 4th, added a run in the 5th, 2 more in the 7th, and finished off the run rule. Nice to see Gavin Dugas have a big night. 3 hits, including a 2-run homer. When he was with us on AFR last week, he said the shoulder was feeling better and better and better. And I think you've seen that. They went to Ole Miss, and he had a hit in each of the 3 games, but he also struck out 9 times. And then last week, obviously, against Bama, he was better. And then last night, it's the best he's looked. So that is really good to see. Really good to see Gavin get back out there and swing the bat really well. Tommy White hit the 2-run homer in the 7th, and that gave LSU the 10-run advantage, which is how they were able to run rule. I was really interested to see how they handled the pitching. So if you listen to AFR yesterday, I thought this was the game they were ripe to lose because they just did not have pitching available. They had to use a lot of guys in Game 3 for extended outings. And so, yeah, I mean, it was fair to wonder who they were going to throw in this game. I mean, we talked about they were probably going to use Micah Bucknam, Will Helmer, Sam Dutton, who all pitched, by the way. But Gavin Guidry got the start, went 2 1/3, did not allow a hit or a run. Faced 1 over the minimum. He walked 1, but he struck out 4. So he got you off to a good start. Blake Money came in and gave you an inning of work. It was clean. They went to Micah Bucknam, who only worked 2/3 of an inning. Walked a guy, gave up a couple of hits. Then Ackenhausen came in and cleaned up that mess. Helmer's through the 6th, Dutton through the 7th. I mean, it was really kind of a blessing that you only had to throw 7 innings, but you didn't have to find a way to eat up 2 more innings. So Guidry threw 31 pitches on sort of Tuesday, so he should be good for Friday if you need him. Money, after pitching twice on the weekend, threw 24 pitches, so maybe he treated this like a bullpen day. Bucknam, again, who went just 2/3 of an inning, threw 27 pitches. Ackenhausen threw 10, Helmers threw 18, Dutton threw 10. So you're good. They made it through. I mean, it could not have gone better for LSU in the sense that you needed to have a big offensive day to support your pitching. And in so doing, your pitchers pitched well, but also got the run rule, so they didn't even have to eat up those final 6 outs. So just about as good as you could have hoped for LSU. So, okay. Dylan Cruz goes 2 for 5 and his average drops. It's so ridiculous. All right. Tough night to play for Jordy. He was 0-4, 3 strikeouts. But it's okay. I mean, the rest of everybody has a day like that. The rest of the lineup picked him up. So, all right. Let's say some good mornings here. See what y'all got. Kelly Groot, good morning. Deborah Coward, good morning. Bubba Smith, Jamie Leday, Lawrence Burley, good morning. Scott Barnes, good morning. Brant Roban, good morning. By the way, need a roof repair? Scott Barnes, Hudco. repairs manager. Holler at my guy. Let's see. Brant. Morning, Scone. Enjoyed watching the game. Not. So first of all, I said how to get introduced. So first of all, Brant. Not jokes went out like in 95. So let's kill the not jokes. Guidry did great. Went 2 1/3. Faced one over the minimum. It was the guy he walked. He struck out 4. 4 of the 6 outs he recorded were via strikeout. So, and for those who aren't familiar, what Brant's referring to is so the game was not televised last night or streamed. It was supposed to be, and Southeastern announced that due to technical difficulties, they were not able to stream the game last night. Some may say and be somewhat conspiratorial there in thinking that they just didn't want to stream the game, but no, like if you're Southeastern, you want that game on TV. You want as many people to see it. Now, it didn't go the way they wanted, but you don't know that at the onset, right? But you want to be able to put your park and your fan base and your program on display for everybody to see. Brandon Hoyt, Ryan DeLon, good morning. Ryan said anything about Auburn we should be concerned with for this weekend. So I think we'll delve a little deeper into Auburn tomorrow and Friday. But listen, Auburn got a lot of people's attention because they just went to South Carolina and won 2 out of 3. But they're not a great team. They are offensively right in the middle of the pack of the league. Let's see. I'll look at it right here. They are, 1, 2, 3. They're 7th in team batting average at 289. And they're second to last in staff ERA. So that's generally, against this LSU lineup, not a great recipe for success when your staff ERA is 6.38. If you want to look at, and that's all games, if you look at conference only, Auburn's staff ERA, conference games only, Auburn's staff ERA is 7.47. So, I would expect LSU offensively should have a lot of success this weekend. Hey, Dad, good morning. Matthew Garner, morning, Matt, celebrating the death of my 20s today. Okay, congrats, man. Happy 30th. That's fantastic news. It only gets better. Happy birthday, man. Paul Losi, Darren Reeves, Charlie Cavell, Trey Fisher, good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's up, my YouTube peeps? Trivia Carter, Tim Gotro, Nick Newbill, Spurge, Jason Lostness, bonjour. Justin Marquez. Oh, hey, Drew's back by speed. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah. Reminder, Scone and Tea tomorrow for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. So no Scone and Tea tonight for those who usually come out to Oliver Twist. We'll be doing Scone and Tea tomorrow for May the 4th, as in May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Nerd Day, i.e. T-Bob Day. Anyway. All right. Read rule. Morning, Scone. That should be our last trip to Southeastern after the TV debacle. Well, look, Reed, they've played there before, and they've not had the TV debacle. And I have no problem at all. I have no problem at all with, sorry, I keep getting notifications on my phone. I have no problem playing there. It's gone well in the past. I like LSU going on the road. That's unfortunate. You hope that's just an unfortunate one-off. Wendell Norman, Brown Bear 765. Good morning. Just getting back from 3-week underway on the USS Baton. Haven't even hit land yet. First morning scone since we left. Well, it's awesome. All right, so you got to fill me in here, Brown Bear. Is an underway? Is that a sub? Is it like, I don't know. I'm ignorant on that sort of stuff. Is that y'all just 3 weeks out at sea? Fill me in, man. Welcome back into Morning Scone Land. We appreciate you for being there. And be safe. And I would assume this is a military trip, so thank you for your service. And yeah, man, give me some deets there. Barry Jocelyn, Guy Brooks, good morning. Happy Hump Day. Stone Muso. Is Scone going to collect on Muso? So that is the other thing of significance from last night's game. LSU did, in fact, run rule Southeastern, so it is the 12th run rule. The over-under was 11.5 on the wager between Muso and Cartwright. And so I weaseled my way into that bet. And so now Muso owes both me and Cartwright dinner. Robert Cooley, is Money's injury serious? Don't know. We'll see if we can get an update today. Again, the tough part about last night not being televised is I wasn't able to see it. So, but I'll ask around today and see if we get an answer for today on Morning Scone. Or excuse me, on AFR. Let's see, smash that like button there if you're watching live on YouTube. If you're new, please subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscone page, share the post. I was looking at some of the Facebook metrics last night, and I do have to increase Facebook viewers in order for Facebook. So Facebook has a monetization model, right, where you can get, like, if you're watching on YouTube and you see an ad, like a pre-roll ad or something like that, I get paid on that, right? Like YouTube creators get paid by Google for their content. So same on Facebook, but in order to monetize live videos, in order to get paid on the ads you see on Facebook, I have to have like some more viewers. It's like over a 60-day period. And anyway, so I meet like 3 of the 5 criteria. So I got to meet the other 2, which is like, watch minutes or something, whatever. So if you're on Facebook, please engage, like the page, share the post, leave comments, all that stuff really matters. I appreciate it very much. Okay, Alex DeVilliers, Austin Berneman, should we be worried about Auburn after what they did to South Carolina? I think I'm not saying you're worried, but I think you respect everybody. I don't know how much more I can say this. Like, it's hard to win in the SEC, as South Carolina just found out. And it's harder still to go on the road and win in the SEC. So, I kind of ranted a little bit earlier this week because a lot of people have lost sight of the fact that LSU has not lost a weekend. Literally everybody else has lost a weekend. Even Vanderbilt got swept at home by Tennessee. Didn't even just get swept, they got blown out at home by Tennessee. So, like, everybody loses a weekend. LSU's the only team that hasn't lost a single weekend yet. So, yeah, it's hard to win in this league. It's harder to go on the road and win. But LSU keeps doing it. They have spoiled us completely into thinking everything should be easy, because it's not. Auburn got swept at Arkansas. They took 2 out of 3 at home against Georgia. Lost 2 out of 3 on the road at Florida. Lost a home series to A&M. Lost a road series to Bama. Won 2 out of 3 against Mississippi State, and then just won 2 out of 3 against South Carolina on the road. So they've won back-to-back series, but they're not great, and their pitching is not good. But here they swung it well against South Carolina this weekend. But like I talked about, it's a bitty ballpark, bro. It's easier to be offensive in that park. Where are we? All right. Trey Pate, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Alex DeVilliers, Jeff G. I think that's the first game not televised this year. It is. Like every game should be televised because every game, well, or streamed right on ESPN Plus. So yes, I mean every game should be on. That one was supposed to be. They just had a technical issue with the stream at Southeastern. It was interesting because they did have several reviews in the game. So Coogan texts is like, how are they able to review if they don't have? But my guess is their cameras and everything worked. It was just a matter of the outgoing stream is what they couldn't connect for whatever reason. So Bailey C. Troutman requesting a trade from the Saints is like the ugly dude breaking up with Angelina Jolie. No, I get it. The Saints had obviously used Troutman more as a blocking tight end. And Juwan Johnson had gotten the majority of the targets, right, as far as a pass catcher. So, if you're Troutman, I don't mind at all him trying to take matters into his own hands, because if he comes back to New Orleans this year, and he's relegated to the same role, bro, what in the world? Do I have that many calendar events today? I've had like 15 calendar event notifications on my phone since just when we started the show. Hang on. All right, let's turn off notifications. I'm sick of seeing those drop down. What are we talking about? Troutman. So if you're Troutman and you're going to be relegated to a reduced role, blocking role again this year, like, I get it, because, I mean, this is a contract year, right? I mean, it's his 4th year. It's the last year of his rookie deal. So if you're Troutman, you want to make sure that you can sign a free agent deal next year and maximize it. Well, in a contract year, you want to be able to do your best. Well, if you're relegated to a blocking lesser role where you're not going to get targets, and as evidenced by the fact that they signed Juwan Johnson to a 2-year extension, I get it. So if you're the Saints, you get an asset for a guy that you're not really using anyway, and it allowed them to draft A.T. Perry. So I don't mind it. I mean, I think that was Bailey C., I understand your point. Like, how does a player like that feel like he could demand a trade? It's not like he demanded a trade. I mean, just requested being traded, which is, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Like, at the end, you still have to look out for your career, and for all these guys, really your second contract is when you're going to make your money. So I get it. Guys in a contract year. I don't blame him. Brett DeGrow, morning. Enjoyed the game last night with friends and family at SLU. Appreciate the hospitality of the Southeastern fans. All right, good to hear. Weston Weaver, what's up? Let's see, Jason was wondering why it was on ESPN Plus but no stream available. Thanks for the clarification. Yes. Bad teams have good days. Just got to catch a good team having a bad day at the same time. That's a good point. Reed Rule, excited to see Kling back making plays. Yep. So once his back gets going, he has to be a right field starter. I don't think so, man. I think Joe Bear has pretty much established himself as your starting right fielder. I mean, that was a competition with Joe Bear, Pearson, and Kling. And I'll tell you, before the season started, Reed, the assumption was that Kling eventually was going to win that job, and he didn't. I mean, Joe Bear kept hitting and played a very serviceable right field. I know everybody's going to bring up the drop, pop up against Kentucky, which was costly, but he's been certainly adequate in right field. I think Kling is a great player and has the highest ceiling of all of them, and he will be your starter there next year, and probably your leadoff hitter. But I'm not saying he's not going to get any playing time this year. I think certainly he will, but I mean, Joe Bear has earned the right to be the guy out there and have his battle lineup. Jason, Matt, next time you see T-Bob, ask him what thesaurus eats for breakfast. Synonym rolls. I don't hate it, actually. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate it. Let's see, a couple more minutes. Yes, so Cajun Country, Scone and Tea tonight. No, tomorrow for May the 4th. We will, so 1 week only, moving Scone and Tea to Thursday for May the 4th. Brett DeGrow, call it right. Okay, Brown Bear. Let's see, we have deployment in July. We do a shorter stint out at Sea to prepare. Got it. One more until our actual deployment. Got it. Okay. Well, God bless, Godspeed, good on you, man. Y'all be safe out there. What kind of Star Wars costume are you breaking out for Scone and Tea? Honestly, I don't have one this year, and I'm not lying. Like, last year, that was the thing that Josh Duke, the owner at Oliver Twist, kind of put me up to, and I was down for it. But I don't have anything planned this year. Matt, I think all the things draft picks make the 53-man roster. No, just playing the odds. Shelby, where are all the Wes Johnson haters with the arm injuries? Remember when Alan Dunn was terrible at his job and got all the kids hurt? LSU fans are terrible at times. Yeah. Alex DeVilliers, Matt, is our loaded lineup enough to overcome pitching inconsistency and injuries to make a deep run at Omaha, possibly a CWS? Yes, Alex DeVilliers. If you have not seen it yet, go watch my rant on that from Monday's AFR. You can certainly find it on the 104.5 ESPN Facebook. I put it on my personal Twitter as well if you want to go see it. It's there. Ryan Slayton watching in Largo, Maryland. Will there be a whiskey and wine and a Scone Stradamus when the Tigers win the College World Series? I'm down, Ryan. I'm actually down to do some post-game shows around postseason as well. Like game watch, post-game show, whiskey and wine type deals at Don Juan for this LSU postseason. So be on the lookout for something like that. Let's see. Thomas Lamont seems like Trey Morgan has gotten lost on this team. Not much is said about him offensively, which is crazy to think. I mean, he's in a perfect spot in this lineup, man. He's hitting in the 2-hole, which 2-hole sees a lot of fastballs. He's hitting behind Dugas, ahead of Cruz. Of course, everyone's going to pay attention to Cruz. I mean, Morgan was 3 for 5 last night. He's hitting 321. I mean, he's having a great season. And he's also shown you his versatility by going playing in left field, which has made him a lot of money. So, yeah, I mean, we're not talking a lot about Trey because Skeens and Cruz and Tommy White and, I mean, kind of get it, right? But I understand your point, though, Thomas. I understand what you're saying. But it is. I mean, he's having a great season. We're not talking about him. It just goes to illustrate how ridiculously deep and talented this team is. Leon Williams, Antron Hemingway, good morning. Josh Giraldo says Pearson over Joe Bear. The thing about Pearson, Josh, and I like Pearson a lot, and he certainly established himself late in the season last year. The thing about Pearson is that when he got his opportunities this year, he scuffled. I like Pearson. I think he gives you he's going to give you a quality competitive at bat every time. The offensive production just hasn't been there. Like Pearson is hitting 225. 225. Joe Bear is at 284. So Joe Bear's hitting 60 points higher with about 70 more at bats, and you get the power numbers. I mean, as a part-time starter, Joe Bear's got 6 homers and 6 doubles, right? So, I disagree with you, Josh. Give me Joe Bear's power bat in the bottom third of the lineup, because if you put Pearson in there in the bottom third, you're taking a power bat out of the lineup in the bottom third. So, no, I disagree with you. I think Pearson's a starter next year. I think Kling may even be your center fielder. Pierce could be your right fielder, and we could see one of the other young guys, or maybe see Stevenson work his way back in. But no. Joe Bear's your guy, and if it's not Joe Bear, I'd honestly say it's Kling. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Dustin Bazar, West has been a huge disappointment thus far. Expected the pitching better from the pitching staff. See, Dustin, that's just where I look at things like that and it just reeks of ignorance. And ignorance is just a lack of understanding. It's not an insult, but it's like Grant Taylor was supposed to be part of your rotation. You lost him before the season started. The 2 best arms you had emerge out of the bullpen were Chase Shores and Garrett Edwards. They're both lost for the season. The fact that they have pieced this together the way that they have, and have not lost a weekend and gotten big performances from guys when you needed them. I don't understand how you arrive at that. Anyway. Whatever. And he says, go listen to Coogan and Demouy talk LSU pitching. Dustin, here's the thing, man. I love those guys personally. I do. It is very hard at times for me to listen to the guys who played in the Skip era talk about anything related to LSU baseball, because nothing is ever good enough to them. And I love those guys. Chris and Patrick are friends of mine. I talk to them all the time. And Patrick and I have this conversation all the time. He texts me all the time about it. So, no, I'm not going to go listen, because I know their opinion on it. Nothing's ever as good as it was under Skip. And nothing ever will be, and that's fine. But I'm just not interested in their opinions. Because, let me rephrase it. I love those guys and I respect them, but I understand where it's rooted. I do. I understand where their opinions are rooted. So, anyway. And you're saying that Trey Morgan makes every catch in left field in adventure. That is so stupid. He committed an error. He committed one error on Sunday on the fly ball in left center where it hit his glove. But for the season, Trey Morgan, who has played both left and first, is fielding 982. Yeah. With a grand total of 3 errors on 170 chances. So, nice call, Dustin Bazar. You're a freaking inning. That if there is ever any comment that completely and totally illustrates the point I make about how people convince themselves of a narrative, and then anything they see that supports it, they hammer it, and they ignore everything good. You ignore running catches he's made into the wall, diving catches coming up when he hasn't even been an everyday left fielder. He's been magnificent out there. 170 chances this year. He's committed 3 errors. But his comment is, the Trey Morgan that makes every catch an adventure. No, that is the loser fan mentality that I talk about all the time, right there illustrated. So thank you for that, Dustin, allowing me to absolutely pimp slap your stupid comment on my way out. Have an awesome day. Love to you all, especially you, Dustin. Keep looking up, bro. It's going to get better, I promise. See ya.